Falls Hypnosis Center. If you're on this webpage, it means you just signed up for my 3 ways to crush cravings for cigarette smokers. It means it's your first step to becoming a non-smoker for good. So I want to say congratulations. Now, the content is going to be in 3 different steps, and basically it's 3 different techniques, and when you combine all 3 techniques, then the effectiveness is amplified greatly. So we have to lay a little bit of groundwork first. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to take your first finger, and actually do this, don't just watch it, actually do this. Take your first finger on either hand, doesn't matter which one, and rub right underneath your thumbnail like this. And you go in a nice, slow circle. Not like this, but actually nice and slow. Clockwise, counterclockwise, doesn't matter the direction, nice and slow. The second thing I want you to do is imagine or out loud counting from 1 to 100 or 100 down to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and start counting while you're rubbing your thumb, and I'm going to explain something. You see, when people talk about cravings, they believe that the craving lasts forever. Oh my God, I've been craving the cigarette for hours. I've been craving the cigarette for days. I'm going out of my mind. A craving only lasts about 2 minutes at the most. This has been proven to be neurologically true. I'm sure there's been times perhaps where you thought about having a cigarette and then maybe the phone rings or somebody calls your name or something happens to distract you, and then you go do whatever it is you were distracted to do, and then maybe 40 minutes goes by and you realize, oh yeah, I never had that cigarette. I'm sure that's happened to you. It happens to everybody. Well, what this means is that we can become distracted very easily. So this thumb rubbing action that we're doing and the counting, it becomes a distraction to us. So instead of saying to ourselves, oh my God, I can't get my mind off these cigarettes, now we're giving ourselves something to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It gets really boring really quickly. And what happens after a few numbers, most people, they find themselves doing something else. Maybe they check their email, maybe they call a friend, maybe they see what's on TV, whatever the case may be. But there's a way to make this even more powerful, and it involves anchoring. While you're rubbing your thumb, what I want you to do is I want you to think of a place where you've been really physically relaxed. A beach, a vacation spot, backyard, in your parents' house when you were a kid, something. A place when you've gone to this physical location, you feel really relaxed. And if you need to pause the video and think about a place where you've been physically relaxed before, go ahead and pause the video. Everybody has a place where they felt more relaxed, at least more relaxed than you are now. Maybe your bedroom, maybe a hotel room, maybe a cruise ship, some place when you felt really relaxed. Think of that place now. And while you're thinking of that place, keep on rubbing your thumb. And while you're rubbing your thumb and thinking about that place, I want you to close your eyes while the video plays. Go ahead and close your eyes and be thinking about that place. Think about all the visual things you would see if you were actually in that physical location. For instance, if you were on a beach, imagine everything you would see on the beach. The look of the sky, the look of the sand, the look of the water. And some people, when they imagine things visually, they see things very clearly, like it's a picture or a photograph. And some people, when they visualize things, when they picture things in their mind, it's a little bit more vague. It doesn't matter. Whatever the ability you have to visualize, do that now. Imagine that place you were thinking about it. Picture it in your mind as much as possible, as much detail as you possibly can. And then add in all the sounds you would hear if you're actually in that physical location. For instance, if you were in the beach, imagine the sound of the water. Imagine the sound of the birds or people splashing in the water, whatever the case may be, all the sounds you would hear. Then add in all the things you would hear too. Add in all the things you would feel. If you were in the water splashing over your body, or if you're sitting or laying down on the beach, what does that feel like beneath your body? Maybe the sunshine or the wind against your skin. All the things you would feel, hear, and see. And the more vivid you make it in your mind, the better it is. And if you've been following along closely, while you're imagining that peaceful location in your mind, and you've been rubbing your thumb, you know what? You're beginning to set what's called an anchor. An anchor is something that triggers you to think, feel, or respond in a certain way. For instance, if you hear a song and it reminds you of high school, that is an anchor. It simply triggers you to think of that old song. And if you smell a perfume and it reminds you of your grandmother, for example, that is an anchor. We form, as human beings, thousands of anchors throughout our lifetime, maybe even millions. You cannot not form an anchor. If somebody walks up to you and they go to shake your hand, and you see their right hand outstretched, it triggers most people to hold out your hand and shake their hand in kind. This happens all the time. An anchor is a normal, natural thing. So, if every time you close your eyes and you take a few moments and you think about your relaxing place, I've been using the beach as an example. Your place might be something completely different, which is fine. If every time you close your eyes and you think about your relaxing place, the sights, the sounds, the feelings, what it does is, when we think about something that relaxes us, we begin to feel more relaxed. If we think about something that stresses us, we begin to feel more stressed. It's all how our minds influence our body. And you know what? If every time you think about that relaxing place while you rub your thumb, you're beginning to set a powerful anchor for feelings of relaxation. So in the future, if you ever want to get your mind off of those cigarettes, instead of saying to yourself, I don't want to smoke anymore, which is counterproductive for language, which is far more than what we have time to talk about in this video. If every time you close your eyes and you think about that beach or whatever your relaxing place was and you rub your thumb, you're beginning to physically link the idea of relaxing feelings to this idea of thumb rubbing. So not only does the thumb rubbing become a catalyst for you to distract yourself from thoughts of smoking, but it also becomes a catalyst for you to feel relaxed all by itself. And here's the deal. If you're the kind of person who smokes because of stress, well, you know what? If you're thinking about something that relaxes you, you're not stressed anymore. So this can become a replacement for the idea of smoking helping you to reduce stress. And I'll tell you something truthful too. Smoking does not actually reduce stress. Smoking actually increases stress. And I'll tell you something else really interesting too. The most addictive part about a cigarette is not the nicotine. There's actually another substance in cigarettes that people use every day in other products that is even more highly effective than cigarettes. And I'd like to share those things with you by coming into my office for an in-person screening. You see, this very simple stress reduction technique can be all you need to reduce your cravings for cigarettes. But for some people, after working with people for several years and hundreds of different clients, many people find that this is a great beginning, a great foundation, this thumb rubbing technique. But many people need something more. Maybe you need something to reduce your emotional connection to cigarettes. Many people say things like, it's like the cigarettes are my best friend. Maybe you need to reduce that connection to cigarettes that you feel whenever you're with other people who smoke. Maybe you need to deprogram your mind. Maybe you started smoking to fit in with your friends, to rebel, or feel more grown up, whatever the case may be, and it became this long-term habit, which it seems like it just controls you. And you know what? I love to help you. I help hundreds of people every year in my clinic. Love to invite you into my center to see if smoking cessation hypnosis is right for you. So you know what? All you have to do is go to the form at the bottom of this webpage and fill it out. Fill out that questionnaire and send it to me by clicking submit. And once I receive it, I'll review it and I'll see if you're the kind of person that may be applicable for hypnosis. And if that's the case, what I will do then is contact you, set up a time for you to come in for a free in-person screening. There's no obligation. You can come in, learn how hypnosis works, learn what the harmful substance is in cigarettes that's even more addictive than nicotine, learn how cigarettes don't actually cause you to reduce stress, they actually increase stress, learn about some ways how the mind works and how that all ties into cigarettes, and how my hypnosis programs are proven to help people become non-smokers quickly and easily with no cravings. So go ahead and fill out that questionnaire right at the bottom of this video, click submit, and I'll review it and I'll get back to you to see if you would be a great candidate for hypnosis. I look forward to working with you soon. My name is Chris Johnson, and thank you for watching.